रसिक हो नमस्कार. सहर्ष सादर करीत आहोत ज्ञान साधना गीत. कवी प्राध्यापक प्रवीण दवणे, संगीत विनय राजवाडे.
शिवाचे मंदिर सुंदर, मानव्याचा ध्यास निरंतर. सत्य शिवाचे मंदिर सुंदर, मानव्याचा ध्यास निरंतर. गुरु शिष्याच्या नात्यामधली प्रतस्थ मन साधना. सदैव उजळो आपुली ज्ञान साधना, ज्ञान साधना. अज्ञानाचा तमः सारुण, विश्वात्मक स्वर येई उजळून. अज्ञानाचा तमः सारुण, विश्वात्मक स्वर येई उजळून. शूरवीर संतांचे पूजन, जागविते चेतना. ज्ञान ज्योतीने
Good morning to all respected and honorable Principal Dr. Hemant Chitte sir, our guest of honor Mr. Vikram Kulkarni sir, respected teachers and my dear friends. I welcome you all. I feel extremely glad to welcome everyone to the much awaited webinar on VFX and animation world. It gives me immense pleasure in hosting this webinar in front of you all and have esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields among us. And we are glad that they could take out some time to be a part of a small endeavor and have gathered here for making it a success. The Visual Effects or VFX course is a professional course for learning the art and techniques and software for animation or special effects in the movies. And without taking much of your time, I would like to invite our principal in charge, Dr. Hemant Chitte sir, to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
To all my dear students and teacher, and warm welcome to the guest speaker of the day. On behalf of Satish Pradhan Nansadna College, I welcome you all on the occasion of this 23rd program under Glorious 40. We organized this lecture series to celebrate the 40th year of our college under the dynamic leadership of our President Sri Satish Pradhan, Secretary Sri Kamlesh Pradhan, and Treasurer Sri Satish Sheikh. This is the 23rd program which we are going to organize today. I feel proud to tell you that all these programs are planned by our students and conducted by them under the guidance of our professor. The objective of this program is to guide and explore the idea of visual effect and how to use VFX in different applications. Also, it will give you career guidance about different opportunity in VFX and 2D animation modeling. After completion of these lectures, student will definitely get more idea to develop new project in VFX and career opportunity in VFX and animation modeling. I wish you all a great success and bright future and hope this session will help you to build your career. I wish the computer and IT department of our college and the Glorious 40 team a great success. Thank you.
I would like to express a sincere thanks to the principal in charge of a college, Dr. Hemant Chitte sir, for being the inspiration and pillar of strength behind us. Moving on, I would also like to call upon our assistant professor, Mrs. Shilpa Hattivar ma'am, to introduce you all to the guest of the day. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Dantekar. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all on behalf of Computer Science and Information Technology Department of Satish Pradhan Gyan Sadhana College. It gives me tremendous contentment to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Vikram Kulkarni sir. It gives me great pleasure to say how grateful we are to Mr. Vikram Kulkarni sir, who has accepted our invitation for the webinar, A Gateway to VFX and Animation World. We are privileged to have a guidance of such an expert resource person. I'm fully confident that expertise of Mr. Vikram Kulkarni will provide an important insight on VFX. VFX or visual effects are a way of mixing real film shooting with false or animated images. To learn more on VFX, I would like to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Vikram Kulkarni. Let me introduce Mr. Vikram Kulkarni, sir. The educational credentials of Mr. Vikram Kulkarni that he is a VFX compositing artist with an electronics background. He was a part of Hindi movie Main Hoon Na. He has done his masters in digital effects from Bournemouth University. He was associated with many prestigious studios like MPC and Double Negative in London. He was associated with many projects like Man of Steel, Fast and Furious, Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows, etc. He is currently based in New Zealand and associated with Beta Digital, who has provided visual effects on Lord of Rings, Avatar, Avengers, and Hobbit. Now, I call upon Mr. Kulkarni to take further on this subject. So I welcome you, sir. The digital platform is all yours. Thank you.
Hello, good morning all. Thank you for joining this session with me. First of all, I would like to thank you, Trustee Mr. Kamlesh Pradhan, for inviting me. I would also like to thank your principal, Dr. Chitte sir, Mansi ma'am, Trupti ma'am, and Shilpa ma'am for giving all the support. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vikram Kulkarni. Currently, I'm working as a compositing artist in Beta Digital, based in New Zealand. I've been working here for last 3 years. Beta Digital is one of the leading studios in VFX industry. They have worked on blockbusters, many blockbusters, to name a few like Lord of the Rings, Avatar, Avengers, Hobbit, Planet of the Apes, Guardians of the Galaxy. Before Beta, I also worked with film studios Double Negative and MPC in London. These studios are considered one of the leading visual effects studios in the world. While working with these studios, I got the opportunity to work on many exciting Hollywood projects. like Avengers Endgame, Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows, Terminator, Assassin's Creed, Star Trek Beyond, Man of Steel, Mortal Engines. I don't have an art background. I did diploma in industrial electronic. While doing that diploma, I realized like this is not the right path for me. I was always passionate about drawing and photography. I did few different courses um, um, in graphics design, and also I learned 3D software Maya. And I was fortunate that my parents supported my decision about changing my career path. After I finished my diploma, I started working as a 3D journalist. My first job in Eagle Video Films. It was a very good learning curve. I learned how to do compositing there and realized I enjoyed compositing more than 3D side of the VFX. There I did my first feature film, Mehuna. After that, I worked with several companies and then went to UK to gain some more experience and further studies. I'm telling you all this so you can understand, like, so you can think VFX as a career path, even though if you think it's not related to your thing, your faculty, like your profession. VFX doesn't mean just an animation. There are a lot of other things as well, like different roles you can consider as a career options. So these are here you can see some of the movies I worked on. What is visual effects? Visual effects or VFX, it is commonly known. It is all about manipulating computer generated imagery and combining it with live action footage. It has been used everywhere. More and more films and many TV series as well are coming up with storyline in which VFX plays very important role. VFX has been used in film. It it can vary full on action sequence in a superhero movie where buildings are destroyed. It is not possible to do that in real life. So studios always turn to VFX to achieve that. Many film studios rely on post to fix all kind of problems occur during film production. It is also been used in advertising. Goal of advertising is to capture attention of the audience in the shortest amount of time. To achieve that, they must be imaginative and show something out of the box. VFX help them to achieve that. Also, it is used in TV series, web series. Many series use VFX as a part of the production. It is similar to film production but small scale. The process is same. Instead of maybe 2000 shots, there will be 100 shots or 50 shots, but it also depends on the production. Most famous and recent series production which use VFX is Game of Thrones, where they digitally created dragon. It has been used in many Indian series as well, like Ramayana, Mahabharat, Vignaharta Ganesh, Razia Sultan, Chakravati, Ashok Samrat, Shaktiman, and Chandrakanta. Sometimes it has been used in gaming industry as well. I forgot to mention that when we work on individual shots, which might be 1 second or 2 second or 10-second shot, each second you see um, on screen is made up of 24 frames or 24 images. So it is, if it's a 5-second shot, then artist has to work on 120 frames for that shot. Just imagine when you watch like 2 hour movie and it has, let's say if it has a half an hour total visual effects, then we have worked on 1800 seconds, which means 43,200 frames in total. Let's see some of the examples of the different VFX shots. Here you can see, like, the first one is obvious. Superman movie with lots of action. He's flying around. City is destroyed in battle with alien. This one is showcasing more about how they achieved the big head of the queen in Alice in Wonderland movie. They shot head separately and body separately, and then they combine in both in compositing to achieve oversized head of the queen. The third one is from movie which is the remake of famous Disney movie Lady and the Tramp. There are lots of scenes in this movie where dogs are actually done in VFX. They look believable, but you won't be able to distinguish them from real dogs. This one is more like this one is a good example of invisible VFX. Sometimes they just build a small part of the set and the big BG is shot separately, and then they combine seamlessly in compositing. Now, before we start, I would like to show some of the work Veta Digital has done. They have developed many technological wonders to achieve groundbreaking visual effects on massive scale. I would like Abhinav to play showreel of Veta Digital, please.
Why don't we have a game of riddles?
Just us.
The children can never know.
This be where all my dreams is beginning.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Apes together. Strong.
Because you are like me.
I got you! I got you! Sorry, I can't remember anybody's name.
We come to it at last. The great battle of our time.
Bring me that red flower.
I can't.
You will! Avengers!
Assemble.
I hope you all liked it. Today we are mainly going to focus on film visual effects, and I'll tell you different departments and different roles come under those departments. So here you can see there are production department, 3D department, or like CG department, computer generated images, 2D or compositing department, and technical. Technical is not a department, but there are many roles which are considered like technical roles rather than artistic roles. So I'll tell you about those roles as well. Let's look at production first. In production, first role is VFX producer. VFX producers manage the whole process of creating the VFX for film or TV. They make sure that client, usually film or VFX TV series, producer or director is happy with what the VFX studio is creating. VFX producers write the bid, the document through which they pursue the film or TV series producers to take their VFX studio on to do VFX work on the project. VFX producer put together a team of VFX artists and other technical staff. They set the schedule for the work and they manage the budget. While filming is happening, they also work with editors in post-production. They communicate between the crew and the editor. Next one is production manager. Production manager acts on the decisions that have been made by VFX producer. They create the detailed schedule for the project and look after the budget. They oversee the work of the production coordinator in scheduling the work and might also be involved in hiring artists and drafting contracts. They also keep track of notes from the client and make appropriate changes to schedule to accommodate those. Production manager makes sure that work is getting completed in time by different departments. Next one is production coordinator. Production coordinators help ensure VFX projects run smoothly. Working under the production manager and producer, they help to arrange day-to-day running of the team, make sure that everyone has the information they need to work effectively. They keep track of the movement of the asset through the pipeline. Coordinators are responsible for distributing the assets and artwork needed to relevant department. They relay supervisor and client briefs to artists, feedback to the relevant teams about the progress of the work. They keep production database updated with current status of the shots and take detailed notes in the meeting. Scheduling external meeting is also often part of their job. Production coordinator need to communicate well with everyone. It's their job to help to keep everyone on target so the project is finished on time and on budget. Next one is VFX editor. VFX editor work as a link between film production and film or TV production team, which choose the live action footage, and the VFX studio that does the visual effects. VFX producers are employed by the VFX studio and also directed directly by the film or TV production company. There is a client-side VFX editor and company like VFX company, VFX producer. So client-side VFX editor work on set. While the live action footage is being shot, they check everything is being captured in a way that makes it possible for the VFX to be created and integrated effectively. Nowadays, film cameras are mostly digital, so than the film reel. So editors often work on set to make sure they have all the requirement, all the takes required for the film. They also there are multiple takes of the shot. So VFX editor keep track of which take has been used in the film and pass that information to the VFX studio, so that VFX studio will work on correct plate with correct length of the shot. The client side editors does rough edits of the shots together, so that the director can see how they look with the VFX incorporated and make sure the footage all comes together to create a cut of the film or TV program that is in keeping with what is signed off in pre-visualization. In-house VFX editor. In-house VFX editor are responsible for ensuring that the VFX artist at the VFX studio has everything that they need to create the work. While the project is being worked on, the VFX editor creates the workflow that allows the VFX supervisor to evaluate the VFX artist's work and provide feedback on the aesthetic and the technical direction. As the client approves shots or versions, the VFX editor incorporates them into a current edit and oversees the passing of the work back to the team that is editing the film or TV program. Next one is data input-output technicians or data wranglers. They are responsible for organizing and transferring and storing the computer files and data for the VFX production company. VFX company process large amount of data because they have to deal with high quality video files, digital 3D animation files. They also know different digital camera formats, for instance, Alexa, Canon, Phantom, and Red. Data technicians troubleshoot any issue that come up with the file storage. They ensure that all the transferring and storing of data is done securely and the files are encrypted wherever necessary. They follow company protocols to comply with safety standards. They make logs of all the files that they receive and perform quality control checks on those files. to see that if there is any problem with those files or if the file is corrupted. They use the file transfer programs in order to perform their role. Next one is Runner. Runners are all-purpose helpers in VFX Studio. They support any and all members in the VFX Studio and make sure that everyone has what they need. Runners do variety of jobs. They deliver material, messages between the department. They organize meetings, schedules. They keep the office clean, tidy, and might work on the reception or sometimes be responsible for locking up. They do whatever professional task needs doing. A runner is a very entry-level position. In some studios, being a runner is a route into VFX artist roles and comes with the opportunities to learn about those positions. In other studios, runners are seen as an entry point into production management. Some companies might assign runners a mentor and give them some training tasks. The runners roles can be good route into an industry, and for someone without any relevant degree education or but with good portfolio and lot of enthusiasm. Next department, let's talk about computer 3D department, computer generated. First role is CG supervisors. They are responsible for the delivery and quality of the CG elements of the VFX project. They will oversee the quality of the work from 3D related discipline. Before a film goes into production, CG supervisors identify areas of the VFX work that are needed and how to utilize resources effectively to finish the work in the film. They design the VFX pipeline, which means they decide in order in which the work needs to be done. They supervise the creation of all imagery and manage the artist creating it. They ensure that compositing has all the necessary requirement to final the shot. Review all client notes, lead production meetings and dailies. Next one is look development. Look development defines the look of computer generated creatures or objects to ensure all the art in the film or TV program is consistent. If a concept artist draws an alien, then look department artist or look dev work out what the skin of the alien will look like in a different lighting, different conditions. When it's raining, when it's dark, when the creature is angry, they will work with lighting TDs, texturing artists, creature TDs to establish the different looks. Balancing the process of texturing, lighting, and rendering to match reference images and real footage. Here, also in films, action is required by scenes which are sometimes are very dangerous for actors. So they shoot some part of it, and we have to replace or extend plate with digital set and with digidoubles. Let's say if you want to show that actor is falling from 10-story building, so they will shoot only they will shoot on the set which is like 2-story high, and VFX make it look like the actor is jumping down from 10-story building. Also, many times stunts are done by stunt doubles. So we have to make face replacement. Also, it is done by look dev department. So look dev department make sure that actor's face is matching. Digital actor's face is matching with real actor's face. So to do that, they often 3D scan the actor with his proper costume. So the artists have all the information about the actor's face and costume required to match digidouble. You all must have seen Fast and Furious 7, and the chances are you already know that some of the scenes with Paul Walker in them features computer generated imagery or CGI of a deceased actor. Walker had only completed about half of the film when he died in a horrific car accident in 2013. The film producers are said to have ordered substantial revision of the script to adapt to the unexpected development. They also hired Paul's brother to act as a body doubles. As for the shots requiring facial close-up of actor, film studio hired a visual effect company, Beta Digital, for CGI scenes. Also in Terminator Genesis, young Arnold was created using CGI. They have showed time travel in that. They wanted to show young Arnold. In some shots, they use actors with similar body build and just replace a face. And in some of the close-up shots, they use full digital version of Arnold. Next one is modeling. As the name suggests, their job is to model everything which is required in the scene. It can be whole city, different characters, props required, any environment, plant, ground, rocks, every detail which you want to see in that sequence. It is challenging job. Modeling artists start with a brief which might be a 2D or 3D art produced by a concept artist. From this, they create a 3D digital model that can be moved onto an animated and given texture and lit. I'll show you few examples. Here you can see example of different CG buildings created in detail for the environment in a movie Alita Battle Engine, directed by Robert Rodriguez. These are the different, so that's the whole city they created, like part of the city which they created. And then this is the composited shot. So the front actors they're standing on the set, which is film, and then they replace background with 3D buildings. This is another shot where the front characters, so they only build the part of the set, and then they and then the compositors composited them on the digital CG environment. Animator gives figures the personality by making them move in such a way that it shows their character and emotion. In VFX, animators use computer-generated rigs to help them make the character in a shot in a believable way. They also animate vehicles or machinery and any props needed for that scene too. Sometimes to capture accurate motion capture of the character, studios often use motion capture technology. They hire an actor who will perform on set in a studio environment with special suit designed to capture their movement and facial expression. Those movements then transfer into a 3D software and then refined and altered by animators as required by shot. Movies like Avatar, Planet of the Apes, Pirates of the Caribbean are prime example of that motion capture technology. Here you can see different rigs. So first one is a pirate face for the Pirate of the Caribbean movie, and you can see for his tentacle, they have to rig each and every tentacle, and then they animate that in 3D software. This is an example for motion capture suit. So they have actor will wear a motion capture suit, and then that information, like how the actor is moving, what are their face expression, it's transferred to a CG character. Also, often if they want facial expression, they have a camera attached to that rig. So you can see in some scenes they have a camera attached to their in front of their face, attached to their headset, and it's capturing the facial expressions and everything, and then same expressions they can transfer those onto a CG character. Texturing makes surface look realistic on 3D models. Texturing artist makes the model look like a close to real thing. They have to produce a texture which is suitable for the object material. Plastic has a different properties than metal. Velvet texture looks and behaves completely different than a cotton or synthetic material. Even the ground has different texture, quality, and displacement. They start with the 3D model created by a modeling artist, that is usually a plain gray shape. The texturing artist then paints the detail onto the surface of the model until they look like a photograph. If the texture is good, then it makes whole character or object believable. Also, if it's real close up, they have to produce high res textures which won't fail when seen on a big screen. Here are some examples um, for the texturing. So you can see if we go that close to the face, it has to withstand the, like you can see every pore on the skin. So they have to create the detailed texture map for that. That's the environment. So this is mainly texturing. So it doesn't have that good quality lighting, or so when the lighting artist and shading and everything does their magic, and then it is passed on to compositing, then it looks like a real thing. Environment and matte painting. Environment, these artists create a computer generated places in which actors move, and they make galaxies, lunar landscape, fantasy cities, or any other environment that is too difficult to film in real life. Any set extension which is required by the story. An environment artist ultimately works with more 3D techniques, usually to create bespoke environments or work up specific views of an established environment for a shot or an angle. I would differentiate it from build or asset creation, that they often deal with higher level of detail than build layout. Here you can see different examples of environment created by Veta Digital for James Cameron Avatar movie. Matte painting is at its core the skill of creating a scene with 2D techniques, painting techniques as well as photo manipulation. The matte painting artist is expected to know how to create the work in a way that is suitable to a challenge to be a projection. A straight sky painting or entire panorama. The approach is 2D at heart, but usually done with 3D renders. Here you can see left side is seen from 300 Rise of the Empire. So green scene above, that's the actual plate, and below is a matte painting with some 3D characters. And right side is from Hobbit. Next one is layout art. So layout artist is responsible for the implementation of different assets and camera into 3D scene. He creates a cinematic version based on the 2D storyboard or 3D pre-visualization while preserving the original intent of the director. They determine the position of the virtual camera. Layout artists consider a shot framing, composition, camera angle, camera path, and movement, and the rough lighting of each key scene. They keep a consistent scale of element within the frame. The work that layout artists do enables other VFX artists to have a basic for shot construction after the VFX production in the VFX production pipeline. Lighting. Lighting artists enables depth and realism to be added to the computer generated or CG scene through lighting, just as the director of photography or DOP does in a live action film. Lighting artists adjust color, placement, intensity of CG lights to create an atmosphere. Using reference photos taken on set or location, they match the look of the 3D object. For that, they create a custom light rig, which are then used to light a character or objects in the same environment. To help artists with lighting, they shoot reference ball with color plates to get an accurate lighting reference. In this example, you can see how lighting artists reproduce the same lighting on dogs, so they can sit in the backlit scene seamlessly. Similar thing you can see it in this. This is from the Fast and Furious. Here are the few examples of reference ball shot on the film location, which then goes into lighting artists. So they have a neutral reference for the shot to match to. So they have those balls. So they create a similar balls in CG environment, and they have these reference balls, and then they match the light rig in CG, so that the uh, CG balls are matched with the reference balls. This is another example of same character in different lighting condition, and you can see the complexity of each shot. They have to match color, intensity, bounce, shadow as per the shot environment. Next one is match move. Match moving is the process of tracking and calibrating live footage frames to incorporate them into a virtual model. Basically, you are trying to transfer the real life camera's movement onto a camera that exists in a CG software. The work that you will be doing as a match move artist is seamlessly combining live action shots into a 3D environment. So when VFX artist or animator places CG object or effects in a 3D world using match move camera, it will match exactly with a live action plate. Let's move on to technical side. Pipeline technical director or pipeline TD. So now I'm going to show you more technical jobs. So those jobs are related more technical side rather than artistic side. Make pipeline TD make sure that VFX project runs smoothly by identifying and fixing problems as they arise. Pipeline TD make sure each department has a software tool that they need to complete their part of the project to the best possible standard. They have a very good understanding of how VFX production pipeline works and the roles within them. They provide technical advice, support for the artist, collaborate with R&D developer and senior production supervisor to develop specific new tools and workflows. Rigging TD. Rigging TDs are responsible for creating and manipulating realistic skeleton rig of a variety of humanoid creatures, vehicles, props, creating tools with Python or Mel script to generate rigs in a procedural manner. Rigging TDs program these rigs or puppets so they can move in a realistic way. Though this underlying skeleton is then used by animators as the basic for their movements. Here you can see a facial rig for a character. So every time, so animators will take this facial rig and every like every muscles, they have a special controller design. So when they move that controller, so let's see if you want to move eyebrows of the character, right eyebrow, so they will move that controller, so eyebrow of the character will automatically move. So these are done by rigging artists. And the other one is full body character. This is another example. Here you can see facial rig of from the Pirate of the Caribbean, where they use where they rig the tentacles, and then they can animate each one separately, and they have more control. Then you can see horse rigging and character rigging. Next one is Creature TD. Creature TD builds the software that enables artists to create a believable fur, feather, skin on the creature. Creature TDs develop and program the digital tool for all the artists who work on digital dinosaur, animal, or magnificent beast, helping them to be efficient, as efficient as possible. They can then work with Pipeline TD to incorporate the tools into VFX production pipeline. FX3D. This is more interesting. They are responsible for creating smoke, fire, destruction, water, as well as smaller effects such as object colliding or liquid simulation in a glass. The goal is to create a seamless effect, so the audience doesn't think about the fact that the effects are computer generated. This can then take countless hours of research into real life phenomena, watching reference videos, even building new tools for teams to use. FX artists are essential is today's entertainment business, as most films, TV shows, and games require digital effects. Here you can see effects like ground effects generated for the movie Mortal Engine. This is the same. In Mortal Engine, there is a big blast. So effects artists created that blast, and you can see how much, like scale wise as well. When they create, they have to work with scale. So when they create something, so they have to consider like how big it is going to look like. If it's going to be like small in the room, then they have to work with that scale. Because if you put a small scale explosion in a big environment, then it won't look believable. So they have to consider a lot of things. Then physics, like how objects will react when the effect explosion happens. So this is one of the scene from Harry Potter movie. So the main effect when they fight, that's generated by FX artists. Software developer. Software developer produces the technology required for the VFX project. Software developer creates the system that TDs can use and modify to suit the specific need of the VFX artist. They also design new digital tools and make sure they fit into existing software system. This enables the efficient passing of asset from one VFX process to next. Shaders. Shaders are described, create. Shaders describe, create, define the surface material of the geometry and how the light interact with it. They define what is plastic, skin, metal, glass, or any other surface material, how they interact with their environment. They work closely with texturing artists. When you look all around you, everything you see, the surface needs to be described through shading in 3D. It doesn't come free, and nobody has thought of all the compos. It's impossible to imagine any of the out of the box shading being able to represent all the different properties that are inherent in these materials. There are different physical scientific properties of each. Glass reacts differently. Glass react differently than the metal objects. Then glass is reacts different to a light than a rock surface. Shaders define that how they are going to react with light and shadow and other object around them. Here you can see different shaders created by shading artists. These are just an example. Now let's move on to compositing side, compositing or 2D department. Compositing supervisors. They are in charge of all the stuff related to compositing department. They make sure that compositors have all the necessary elements and gives brief to them about shot, what needs to be done in the shot, what elements they are going to get to complete that shot. Supervisors are also responsible for quality control. If the shots are matching with each other and if they are following reference given for them, also they also check edges, like quality control, so checking edges and other technical bits and bobs of the shot. Compositors create a final image of the frame, shots of VFX sequence. The role of a compositor is a crucial one, as they produce the final output of the film. The high level of technical knowledge is required to integrate the layers made up of different formats. The compositor will work throughout the production with various departments to ensure that all the visual effect elements are delivered in compatible format. They take all the different digital assets created by different departments, such as CG images, live action footage, matte painting, and combine them to appear as a one cohesive image and a shot. Compositors do chroma keying, or just known as a keying. This method is commonly used with green screen or blue screen footage, where a subject has been shot in front of a green or blue background. Compositor then removes the chroma screen using special tools designed for that in a compositing software and replace them with a CG background or matte painting. He has to make sure that there is no color loss, details are retained after that keying process. Details like shadows, reflection. It gets pretty tricky sometimes when it comes to maintaining hair details. Compositor has to consider a lot of things to integrate CG elements into live action plays. Lighting direction, light, lens flares, shadow color, black values, motion blur. Sometimes there is a smoke, which is smoke in the background, which is in the green screen. So you have to match that smoke level with the CG we are adding into the background. So you have to either retain that smoke or add new one which will match with the foreground plate. Excuse me. Here you can see that's the one of the shot from Harry Potter movie, Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. So you can see that's the raw plate which we get. So it has on left hand side you can see left hand side you can see some set piece. Then there's a half green screen. So they replace that green screen, do some prep work and replace that green screen with DMP. Then some light interaction is added, FX elements from the FX department, more FX elements, and details added in that FX element, and some lens contamination. So it's not straightforward like you get element from FX department or CG department and you just add. You have to consider like how that element is gonna interact with background and characters and everything. Proto artists. It is not possible to get a chroma key behind every object you want to compete in. Sometimes you want CG elements to go between plate characters or objects. Here, roto artist comes into action. They manually draws around and cut out objects from movie frames so that the required part of the image can be used. Process known as a rotoscopy. That part of the image after cutting out are known as mattes. Proto artists generate those mattes as required and hand over to compositing artists to be used in the shot. These are some of the you can see how complex the roto is. So if you have to roto all the characters, their hair, their face, so they have to roto each and every part separately. It depends on the shot as well, like how complex or what do you need to add in that shot. If you want to just replace the background, then you just roto the character and then you can extract that character from the plate and use it on the CG background. But if you want to change his eye color, then you have to roto his eye, and then compositor will change the eye color or do any effects like glowing eye or anything. Prep artists. Prep artists clean up the live action footage to make it ready for the effects to be layered onto it by compositor. The shot they worked on, known as plates, either moving or still, don't have foreground action or CG included. They normally work with raw plates. Prep artists use specialist software to clean plates. They remove any unwanted dust and scratches from the frame. Any unwanted items such as wire attached to the actor, boom microphones, any set pieces which are not easy to move during a film shoot, like cranes or support structure, set support structure. Many times, especially when the actors are doing some flying scene or they're doing some flips on a chroma screen, there are set crew wearing full body costume matching with chroma screen supporting them while shoot is going on. Prep artists remove them from the plate where they needed to, so the compositors can do chroma keying. Here you can see this is the still from Game of Thrones. So they have compositors have added dragon in the scene, but sometimes you have the on set they use dummy so the actors can react and so actors can place their hand. So and when they remove when they do the compositing, they will remove that dummy model and then they replace it with CG characters, and it will look like the plate character is reacting with CG character. But sometimes you can see dummy behind the CG character, so you have to, like, prep artists remove that from the plate and give it to compositor, and compositor will do the final composition. I think we have covered most of the roles which are available in VFX pipeline from film VFX angle. Animation and film VFX, they are different, but animation side has similar roles to the film VFX, but without the actual plate. So you don't need to match move or prep or roto for the animation side of the VFX. There are I'll show you the softwares which are used in 2D and 3D side. So for 2D side, there is Nuke, After Effects, Fusion, which are compositing software. Silhouette is mainly used for roto. Photoshop is made used for matte painting and prep. Mocha and Bojo is mainly tracking softwares. Any software which I'm mentioning today, they are not set in stone. There are many different softwares available in the market, and it depends on the company as well and project requirement. But there are but these are the ones which are pretty common in the industry. It's easy to learn them. These are the 3D softwares. So Maya, 3D Studio Max, Houdini, those are 3D softwares. Houdini is used mainly for effects as well. Photoshop is textures, used for textures. Blender is another 3D software. ZBrush is used for 3D modeling, texturing, painting. V-Ray is a renderer used in 3D softwares. Unreal Engine is also a real-time 3D creation platform. Excuse me. They're pretty easy to learn. Like, not easy, but there are lots of resources available to learn those softwares if you want to learn them. There are many online tutorials available with material with them. On YouTube, there are many videos uploaded by users. Many of the softwares offer free trial version for limited time. Maybe just watch videos and watch those videos, and if you like it, then download a trial version and try it out. Do a free, or maybe do a couple of tutorials. If you like that software, then you invest maybe more money and time into it. Also, if you are from programming, then VFX and animation are using various programming languages like Python, C, C++, Java, Perl, Mel, Maya embedded language, and other as well. But at current stage, Python and C++ are the major players in programming. Here I'm giving you some information like Maya provides 30-day free trial. Blender is free to use, so it's an open source software. So you can find it on blender.org and you can just download it from there. Nuke Foundry provides a free Nuke license to students for learning. It has most of the features. Some features are not available, but that's fine. Like I don't think to learn that software you need all the features. You can learn it and you can do your projects. There are many free tutorials available on Foundry website as well, and there are many sites which are dedicated to Nuke. So you can go on the forum and you can ask question, you can download tutorials. If you have any trouble, just ask them and they will answer you how to do it. And sometimes they will send you file as well. So like even if you can't do it, sometimes they send you file. Oh, try this. Maybe you can check. Maybe you can open that file and check it out. Also, Photoshop provides 7-day free trial. If you want to learn more, then you can get discount. If you like, then you can get discounted monthly subscription for students. These are some of the studios. These are not only VFX studios. Some of them are animation studios in India. Not all of them are in Mumbai. Some of them are in Chennai and Bangalore. But you can just go on their website and just check what kind of work they're doing. It's interesting, and you can see like they are not only doing film for Hindi movies, they are doing work for many Hollywood movies as well. And like MPC, like I worked in DNEG and MPC, so those are the companies based in London, but they opened their offices in India. So DNEG has Mumbai office and MPC has their main office in Bangalore. So you can check there, and the other studios as well. You go and check their website and see what kind of jobs vacancies they have available, and just see like what you like. I'm not saying just go and apply for a job. Just see, means it might not be for you. VFX is not for everyone. You have to have interest in it, passion for it. Only then you will try to learn more things. If you don't have a passion or if you're not interested in art at all, then why not? Then don't waste your time. Just do. Also, you can open account on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a good site to meet professionals from the background. So there are many companies on LinkedIn, and they regularly post job openings, and if they did something new technologically or work-wise, if they done something amazing, they post their videos and how they did it on LinkedIn. There are many most like you can if you are interested in some field, you can just check and connect with the professionals related to that field, that field, and just make sure that you keep it professional. It's not a Facebook. If you want to connect with your Facebook, just like friends, just go on Facebook and connect with them. On LinkedIn, just keep it professional, so it will help you to organize. So just because your friend is there, don't add all your friends on LinkedIn and then see, because it's not going to help you. It's mainly for professionals. So even if you add, like I did that mistake, When I started, I added all my friends, and then I realized like that's not right. Then I just removed uh, my friends who are not from my field. So because I want to connect with my field people and check what they're doing, and if they change their job, what are they doing, where are the openings. Go on the forums. Different There are different forums, so you can go and talk to artists or professionals from that forum. Ask them questions. Don't be afraid to ask stupid questions. No question is stupid. Learn to improve yourself. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, like, don't be afraid even if your English is not good. Like, my English wasn't that good when I started. Like, even now it's not. I'm not saying I'm talk perfect English, but I can survive. And uh, if your English is not good, like, then don't build that complex. Oh, my English is not good. How I'm going to talk to people and stuff. Because especially in VFX and animation industry, your showreel talks. So whatever you're creating, like even small things, even you're drawing, if you're drawing in your notebook or something, just click picture and keep it ready. So when you actually create your portfolio or showreel, just include those drawings as well. Or better, like, buy a small drawing book, not a big one, so you can carry it. So if you like drawing things, then you can just sketch in that sketchbook and do something. There are many videos on YouTube as well, how to draw, how to do, like, you can draw with pencil. Some of the artists, they directly use colors, watercolors. Go on YouTube and check. There are so many amazing artists who are doing and uploading, like, step by step how they did it, how. And you can see, like, how when you see a painting, you think, oh, that's very complex, like, how do they do it? But actually, when you go on YouTube and check how they did it, so it's like, you can see how that painting was developed, like, how did they start, base color, then what they did first, and then you can learn a lot from them. Also, watch movies. Photography is good. Like, if you're interested in that, photography is good. You don't need to buy like good camera, because I think most of us have a smartphone. So smartphone cameras are really good nowadays. So just click pictures with that. Go draw something. Learn music instrument. Go in the nature. Like, go for hiking. Um, have fun. Have fun, guys. Yeah, means VFX is very exciting, uh, exciting career, and it has a lot of potential. So just don't get afraid that, oh, I can't do that, because there are so many different roles in VFX which you can do, and you can easily uh, learn those skills required for that. And good luck. And if you have any questions, please, uh, I'm open for questions. Thank you. Hello, madam.
Hello, sir. Thank you, Vikram, sir. Thanks for your wonderful and well expressed presentation. From your presentation, what I understood is visual effects, VFX or visual effect, is a process by which an imaginary can be created, manipulated, or enhanced for a film, and many other technicalities involved during VFX. Sir, it was truly an enlightening experience, and I'm sure everyone would agree with me. So we will go ahead and take some time for our question and answer session. In this session, I would pose some question, doubts, and queries shared by our students. So the
Sure.
very first, oh, Thank you, sir. The very first question, which is posed by Miss Vaibhavi Shivtarkar, and she's asking, what is the most challenging visual effect you have ever worked on, and why it was a challenge?
Oh, okay. Every VFX movies are different and challenging for work, but I would say studio movies are more challenging, bit more challenging than other movies. I worked on a couple of studio movies like Exodus, Gemini Man. They are more challenging because instead of one single plate, there are two different plates, one for right eye and one for left eye. So you have to work on both eyes, and you have to comb them together, and you have to make sure that there is no difference between two plates. So I would say like studio movies are a bit more challenging than the others.
Oh, thank you, sir. So the next question is coming from Mr. Shivram Mahadekar, and he is asking, what is the difference between different software packages, Shake, Combustion, Digital Fusion, etc.?
These are all compositing software packages, but the Shake and Combustion has been discontinued by Autodesk actually. So in compositing, there are two types of softwares. One is layer based, and other one is node based. So After Effect, Combustion, those are the node based, layer based softwares, and Nuke, Shake, Digital Fusion are the node based softwares. But the new After Effects and Digital Fusion are the one which are used in industry commonly, and but means you can use other software as well. But these are the ones which are used by the industry more
Thank you.
than others.
Thank you, sir. Now, the next question is I was expecting this question because we all love Bollywood. And the question is posed by Mitesh Adalkar, and he's asking, what exactly was your role in Mehuna movie?
Mehuna was my actually first Bollywood like Hindi feature film movie done in VFX. Company which was working on they actually they we were working on advertising stuff more, and we got an opportunity to work on Meona. I was a compositing artist on Meona. We had a few sequences to work on where Shah Rukh Khan is doing some stunts in the movie. So he had wires attached to him. So we had to remove that wire. Then he was jumping like on a set. So and there was an explosion. So they couldn't shoot Shah Rukh Khan with explosion in the background. So they shot the explosion separately and played separately where Shah Rukh is running on the roof, and then the my teammates and me, we combined those plates and made a seamless final version of the action.
Very
Which
interesting, sir. Very interesting. Yes. The next question is a very the is posed by Mr. Tanay Poranik, and he is asking. Generally, it is seen only green color chrome key is used, and we had seen in your presentation that blue color chrome key is also used. So there are only two color chrome keys, or any other available options are there?
mostly they use green or blue. I think they mainly use those colors because our skin color doesn't have a green or blue color in it. So when you shoot character like character on a blue screen or green screen, so they can extract that information properly. So that's why they use green or blue screen. But some of the movies like many it happened rarely, but some of the movies they have used different color chroma key as well, but green and blue are the most common.
Okay. Okay, sir. So the next question is coming from Pratishtha Yadav, and she's asking why there is a difference in quality of VFX we see in Indian cinema and in Hollywood movies.
It is mainly because of the budget, and because Hollywood films have lot of budget for the VFX, and VFX and even for their films as well. Like nowadays, Indian film industry as well, they started to invest more and more of their budget in VFX. You can see like Krish and Bahubali, those kind of movies. They are using like a lot of VFX in them, and their budget. If you seen the budget and compare it with other films, those films have a big budget. Like you can call them big budget movies, but as other movies, like that's the main difference. Like budget, you have to, because VFX is doesn't come cheap, so you have to invest some money to get good quality VFX. If you don't have that much, and then if you have a VFX budget, then you can do a lot of different things which are not actually possible doing live shoot. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Then a very obvious question. I'm expecting this question. I was expecting this question, and the question is coming from Bhavi Sawant, and she's asking, "How is animation as a career?"
Animation as a career is actually very exciting. Like as I explained you in my presentation, there are there are lots of different options in animation and VFX film, and animation and VFX goes hand in hand. Like there are only few differences. There are only few differences in those uh, different like animation and VFX. So most of the roles are similar. Pipeline is little different, but it's not like you just need to do animation. There are technical roles as well, production role as well. So you can go for those roles as well, and then you can work on movies. If you are passionate about working on movies, you can do those things as well.
Thank you, sir. The last question is coming from Ishita Panchal, and she is asking, is it usual for an artist to have experience with both 3D modeling and VFX compositing?
Huh. It's a good question actually. Like most of the artists have basic knowledge. It's like when we start our like when students go in the college for first year, they have a lot of different subjects, and after that then they move on to special, like from second year they move on to special subjects which they can choose, like where they have to specialize in. It's the same thing in animation. Normally when you go into animation, they teach you everything of like they'll teach you some of the modeling, they will teach you some of the compositing and different techniques, and like they will teach you programming as well, and they will give you some basic idea of everything. And then you have to choose like what interests you more. Some of them are more interested in compositing, some of them are more interested in animation, lighting. I was more interested in compositing, so that's why I chose like I decided to go into, I started my job as a 3D journalist, but then as I started working after like couple of years of experience, because it was a small company, I got to learn compositing side as well. So but I like that more than 3D aspect of the VFX, and that's why I went into compositing. So yeah, means if you ask me, can you do modeling? I can do modeling, but not as good as actual modeling artists. I might get stuck somewhere. Maybe I know like 10% of him, but yeah, I can do it. Means but it doesn't mean like you have to have that knowledge. It's better to have that knowledge, so you, when you're actually doing your work, you know like what kind of work they're doing and what is possible. If you are asking something from, let's say as a compositor, if I'm asking like lighting artist, can I get different passes, or can I get this specifically, uh, and then he can say no, means I can't do that. Then he'll go to artists who can do it. But it's good to know that who can do what. so you can directly go. I won't go and ask lighting artist, can you work? Can you give me matte painting variation? No, I have to go to matte painting artist, and so I know where to go.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for this wonderful question and answer session. It looks like we have covered all our questions. I think we are good for now. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. Thanks for joining with us today, and we would like to see you again next time.
Thank
So,
you very much for giving me this opportunity.
thank you, sir. We are thankful to you for this wonderful session. Now, I invite Ms. Nancy De Silva to express vote of thanks. Over to you, Nancy.
Wow, it was a really wonderful session. I am Miss Nancy De Silva, proud student of Satish Pradhan Gyan Sadhana College. Would like to extend a hearty vote of thanks to our today's speaker, Vikram Kulkarni sir, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace this session, for sharing your thoughts, which will surely help us in our future. I also like to extend a hearty vote of thanks to our secretary, Mr. Kamlesh Pradhan sir, Tree Assure, Mr. Satish Seth sir, our in-charge principal, Dr. Hemant Chitte sir, our respected Vice Principal from Commerce Section, Dr. Devuskar Ma'am, our Vice Principal from Science Section, Dr. Bakane Ma'am, our Vice Principal from Self-Finance Group, Dr. Shraddha Bhume Ma'am, our In-Charge HOD, Ms. Vaishali Govandi Ma'am, our Assistant Professor, Ms. Shilpa Hatevam Ma'am, and entire professor in CSNIT Department of Satish Pradhan Gyan Sadhana College. I would also like to extend a hearty vote of thanks to the entire technical team present in this session and all the attendants present in this session. Thank you.